How's it going, everybody? My name's Thomas. Usually I'm behind the camera. I'll try and shift up so it's easier for you guys to hear me. It's a little noisy in here because I took everything out of the back, so it echoes a lot. So sorry if it's hard to hear me. Like I was saying, usually I'm behind the camera. I'm a pretty shy person, you know. But I know I do got to start being on the camera more. I understand that. So mainly what this video is about is 10 things I hate about my Genesis Coupe. And now let me just say, like, I never really liked Hyundai, but until the day that I saw this car at the Hyundai dealership, like, I fell in love the second I saw it. I don't know what it was. I don't even know. I knew nothing about these cars at all when I bought them. Nothing, not a single thing. I tried out the 3.8 and the 2.0, and I fell in love with the 2.0. I mean, the 3.8 was faster. We all know it, but just knowing when you compare a 6-cylinder to a 4-cylinder, at least in the Genesis Coupes, the 4-cylinder is going to be a lot easier to tune and a lot cheaper. So I guess the first thing that I would say that I hate on my, and I got a notebook here, I'm not on my phone, I got a notebook, it's just little notes, not like I'm reading very much, it's just like one little note so I can just get in my head, remember what I'm trying to talk about. I guess my first one would be no back seat room. So they put back seats in this car, but no human can fit back there. It doesn't even make sense. It's like just an extra storage space. Like, you should have just had no back seats back there and just made it so I could just throw my backpack back there or something. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, my little brother, he can't even sit back there, and the thing is yeah, you can move the seats up, but I'm 6'4", so it's like I have to have my seat all the way back. Otherwise, like, even now with the seat back, like, my knees are still kind of like bent. I don't know, and I guess that brings me to number 2, to where there's just not a lot of room in the vehicle. It's not a comfortable vehicle to be in for long drives or long periods of time. And I have taken this on road trips. I've owned the vehicle since early February of 2019. Right now it's getting into August of 2019. And I've put on 10,000 miles, and it's not a comfortable vehicle to sit in. After being in it for about an hour, I have back pains and neck pains, and it hurts a lot. And honestly, like, the seats do an okay job about keeping you in the same spot when you're taking corners really hard, but it's just uncomfortable, and I feel cramped. I guess number 3 would be Understeer. Now, it's both this and the 3.8, no matter if you do the track edition, the R spec, or the basic edition, which I got here in the 2.0. You know, I've tried them all, and I always have a problem with Understeer taking the corners really hard. If you're not hitting the corner in the apex and you're not doing it correctly, you're going to freaking understeer and you're going into the corner. I just about totaled this car the other day, actually. Like, you can drift this car, but you really gotta freaking, like, you really gotta swing it. I don't know how to explain it. It's just understeer. All the weight's in the front of the vehicle, and it bugs me. You know, understeer is the biggest pet peeve I have for driving a vehicle. I really, that's why I don't own an all-wheel drive vehicle or a front wheel drive vehicle is because of understeer. And when I bought this vehicle, I didn't think about that. I didn't realize that. So taking it around the corners a couple of times, I almost crashed it because I'm thinking, oh, it's a rear wheel drive vehicle, it's gonna be oversteer as fuck, and I'm gonna be getting sideways. Yeah, you can get sideways, but you, like I said, you really have to swing the car to do it. Now I got an automatic. Now if you had a manual, that would probably be a different thing for you guys. But with this automatic, and especially like just the one wheel wonder on it too, it's just, I don't know, man. Understeer bugs the shit out of me. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about the understeer, and tell me possibly what I could do to fix that. Let me know in the comments below, because it's really important to me. So let me know what I can do to maybe counteract that understeer that I got going on. So that was number 3. Let's move on to number 4. The number 4 would be, oh my gosh, here we go. All right. Like I said, I tried the track edition, I tried the R specs, and I've tried the basic edition like I'm driving right now. The Brembos or the regular brakes, they both suck. The brakes suck in these cars. They do. After 2 laps of going around the track, driving it like you're trying to keep up with somebody, the brakes fade and they're weak. And honestly, after I think after the first 500 miles or 1,000 miles of me owning this car, the brakes are warped, completely destroyed. I mean, given I drive this car like it's supposed to be driven, okay? But I do have certain expectations for the parts that go into my vehicle, and also knowing if I would have upgraded to the R spec or the track edition, or even the ultimate edition, which I haven't gotten the pleasure of driving yet. You know, even with the Brembos, it's just, the braking is not okay. It's not okay, and I see a lot of people with warped brakes, people wearing down their pads really fast. I don't know what it is. Maybe you guys can clear that up for me. I know part of it is the way I drive, but another big part of it is there's got to be something that's just not right with this car, dude. Like, and it's not just my car, it's all of the Genesis Coupes. Take your Genesis Coupe around the track and tell me after 2 laps how your brakes are doing. Just let me know. And that bugs me, dude. Cause just knowing if I spent the money to upgrade the brakes, it's not really going to make a difference. I don't know, that's just how I feel. I don't know. Another thing, the 8-speed automatic gearbox. Okay, so I'm kind of wishy-washy on this. Like I feel like when I'm trying to drive economy-wise, yeah, it's great, but I never drive economy-wise. I'm always fucking on the gas. I'm always fucking flooring it. You know, when I want to downshift up to somebody who's got their window open next to me or something, it's like, oh, gear 7, gear 6, gear 5, gear 4, gear 3, gear 2. Oh, now I can finally go. Oh, shit. I gotta drop all these freaking gears just to be able to go, man. It's ridiculous. And it's not only that, the RPMs hang there, dude. It's annoying. And it just, after every single shift, you're losing them and losing them. It's so sluggish and slow too when it shifts. Honestly, oh, here's water. I love it. I love it and I hate it. Like, it's a love-hate relationship. Like, and here's the thing: the automatic gearbox in the Genesis Coupes is better than the manual gearboxes, and they can hold more power, and you really don't have to build them when you start slapping power into it. like you do with the manual transmissions, which is great. And that's why I like it, because I don't want to have to build a transmission when I throw power into this thing. I think that's bullshit. I shouldn't have to do that. But at the same time, I have 8 gears to go through, and it's ridiculous. And yeah, like, I get it, like, but it just bugs me, you know? I feel like if they would have thrown a 6-speed automatic in here, this car would be so much faster, so much more responsive, and I feel like it would be so much more enjoyable to drive. And they have the 6-speed in the manual, which is great, but, and here's the thing about the manual transmissions too, is they're kind of sloppy. And sometimes you get like a 2nd gear lockout, which happens to pretty much all of the Genesis Coupe owners, and it pisses them off. So I mean, the transmissions in these cars are great, but I'm not a fan of the 8-speed. I guess that's just me. Like, there's just so many factors to it, and I don't know, that's just how I feel, you know. Maybe you guys like the 8-speed, and I get made fun of it because of it too, just because it's an automatic, but it's like, I want the automatic. I don't want a manual. I don't want a manual. That's just me. That's how I prefer my car. That's what I like. So, don't tell me because I have an automatic, I'm a girl, because I know I can drive a girl's car, okay? I drive a girl's car. I don't have a spoiler. I'm not cool. I'm not cool like you guys with your modded up coupes, alright? I'm working on it, little by little. Give me a break. I'm very passionate about these cars, and I think that's why I'm making this video. And it's not to diss these cars in any way. Like, that's just how I feel. So now we got another issue we got to discuss. The weight of the vehicle, and I feel like all of you Genesis Coupe owners can get with me on this one. Like, this has to be the heaviest 2-door that I've ever seen in my life. You're looking at 3,500 pounds, I believe, with the V6, and I think I'm sitting at like 33 or 3,400 pounds with my 4-cylinder. And that's with everything taken out. And taking stuff out of your car, that's maybe like 20 or 30 pounds. It's not very much weight at all. It's not, you know, it makes the car sluggish, and it makes it heavy around the corners. And honestly, if it didn't have all the weight that it did, this car would be fucking kick-ass, and I wouldn't even need to tune it. Like, I feel like if they made it as light as like an ST, or I don't know, I feel like it should be like 3,000 pounds. I feel like that's where it should have been, and I don't know where all this weight is coming from either. Like, there's nothing here. What is here that is weighing so much in this car? Seriously, I don't understand. So, just the weight making it sluggish, man. And that was the first thing I did when I bought the car too. I started ripping things out of it. Oh my gosh. Okay, alright. I know you guys are gonna relate to me on this one too. Getting wheels for this car is a pain in the fucking ass. Trying to find fitment that is correct and looks nice, oh my gosh, don't even freaking get me started. The wheels that I got look nice, but the fitment, don't even get me started. Like, I need some wheel spacers or something. Like, it's just, I don't know what it is. It's just like, because when you get to a certain size, you start to rub and you start to like, and I don't like that. I know a lot of you guys like have your lower Genesis coupes and stuff, and you know, you guys don't really care about all the rubbing and stuff, but I care about the resale value of my vehicle. And I also like, I'm a perfectionist, so when it comes to how clean and mint condition my vehicle is, I get really picky about it. So if I know like my wheels are gonna scrape, or you know, if when I'm turning, because I know, like, for example, I'm gonna mention my dude Andrew, or even like one slow BK1, or I think that's what he is on Instagram. I might put his tag over there for you guys. You know, like, they got some good fitment, but you gotta spend the money to get that good fitment. That's just money that I don't have in my life right now, you know, like, I don't know. I feel like you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Maybe if you don't own a Genesis Coupe, maybe you're not catching my flow, but it's just a pain in the ass trying to find wheels for these cars, okay? It's a pain in the ass. You can find them everywhere, they're everywhere, but it's a pain in the ass to get the right ones that look nice and fit correctly, okay? I guess that's the point that I'm trying to get. I don't know, man. Oh my gosh. Okay. Man, it's every time I look at these things, it's like bringing up a new like thought in my head, a new problem that I had with this car. Like I've said, I've owned this vehicle for probably 6 or 7 months or something like that, and I've already had to bring the vehicle in probably 10 times for warranty work, and it's not like big warranty work. It's like all these small things on this car that really just keeps happening. Like, for example, the front right fog light was getting condensation and water in it, and I had to have that replaced 3 different times. That's 3 different times that I had to get a fog light replaced. The wiring in the license plate holder, I've had to have that replaced. The windows, as you open the car, and I'm sure you guys have this in your cars too. Maybe not. I didn't check on the other coupes. But when I open my door, the window goes down a little bit. Now, and keep in mind, this car has 40,000 miles on it. Only 40,000 miles as of now. And so when you open the door and the window goes down, it got stuck in the down position. So when I closed the door, there was like a tiny little gap between the window and the trim. So I had to get that replaced. Or fixed or whatever. And then the sunroof, it got stuck open just a little bit too, just a little bit, and it wouldn't close. So I had to get that looked at. And I also had to get, you know, and this wasn't a major issue, and they just told me that this is just how the car is, and maybe you guys have the same issue, and maybe you can comment below and let me know if you guys have the same issue. But when I'm at a stoplight and I switch it into sport mode and I shift it down to first, and I'm not launching my car, I just regularly just slam on the gas just normal, you know? Like, I'm not loading the RPMs or anything. I'm just launching it like normal, and as it gets up to like 6,500 RPMs and I'm ready to shift, it'll stop for about 2 seconds. It'll go like, it'll hang at 65 RPMs like it's not knowing what it wants to do with its life. And it'll just sit there for like 2 seconds, and then it'll be like, oh, okay, we can shift now. Like, it's like that. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. Maybe you guys can give me some clarification on that. Maybe I need to like let the transmission, get the fluids running through it some more. Maybe I need you guys' help with that one. Like, because it's happening maybe about 25% of the time that I'm launching my car. We're not launching it, but I guess going full throttle from gear 1 from a stop. And it's just from gear 1 to gear 2, that's it. So I guess that's another pet peeve that I have with this car, is that, you know, from gear 1 to gear 2, it has this like 2-second lag to where it doesn't want to shift sometimes. And let's see what else we got. And again, I got a notebook. I'm not on my phone or anything. I'm just reading like 1 or 2 words so I can remember all the things. And I got more than 10 things in this car that I don't like. And let me just say again, like, I love my Genesis Coupe. This is my favorite thing in the whole entire world. Like, I would have never thought the day that I went to go buy a new car that I would have been in this car and I would have been so much in love with it. You know, I was actually going to buy a Velociter Turbo when I went to Hyundai that day. And surprisingly, my fiance was on the Hyundai dealership website, and she pulled them up and she said, why don't you look at these cars? Like, you're looking at spending $4,000 less for a car with less miles and almost 100 horsepower more in the 4-cylinder and 200 horsepower more in the V6. It's a no-brainer, and especially since it comes with a warranty. That's what I love the most about this thing. The warranty. I can do whatever the fuck I want to it without modding it, and if something breaks, bring it in, they have to fix it. That's what I love about this. Sports car that I can break and make the dealership fix it. Yes, that's what I need in my life. So I guess my next one would be in the winter. And yes, I drive this car in the winter. I'm in Minnesota. I'll drive it in a blizzard. I'll drive it in anything. I drove it all winter. It's a perfect car for the winter. Don't tell me it's not, because it is. It's awesome. As long as you know how to drive it, it's fine. But here's the thing. And this is more of like all cars too that have the same thing, but the fuel door, I can't stand it, dude. I can't stand it. When the fuel door gets freaking stuck in the winter and you have to take like a knife or something to freaking try and pry it open or something like that, that's ridiculous. Come on now. Like, there's got to be some sort of thing that I don't know. You guys should have made like a little thing, like a regular freaking gas cap, like a human being, so that when I try and put some gas in my car in the middle of winter, I can actually do it. I don't know. That's just another thing, that one of those really small things that just irritate the crap out of me. And I think I got one more for you guys, and that would be the resale value of this vehicle. And this is the thing that really freaking gets me, honestly. Like, you don't see these cars around a lot. You know, I feel like the resale value on these, I bought this one at 30,000 miles for $12,000. By the time I'm done with it, it's probably going to be worth $5,000. And that's at 100,000 miles. It's not going to be worth anything. It's not going to be worth anything. That's what bugs me. You know, I spent all this money on this car, and and it's not a common car. You know, it's not like your Subaru or your Focus ST. You know, it's not a common car. These aren't everywhere. And that would make you think that the value of these cars will go up over time, and it kind of will, but it kind of won't, because you got to also remember, when you own a Genesis Coupe, you do Gen Coupe shit in it, which means you're doing burnouts, you're doing drifting, you're doing track driving, and you're fucking flooring it all the time. You're driving the car how it's supposed to be driven. Awesome. But that's why the value of these cars are getting diminished. And also, like, and I'm seeing a lot of this with the V6s too, as the guys are starting to have issues up in the higher miles, and it's a lot of these, again, like I said, smaller issues that are going on with these cars that make people see see these cars as less value, as not as much as value. And here's the cool thing about, if you're really passionate about these cars though, is you can buy it for super cheap with high miles. You can even buy it for, like I said, $12,000 with 30,000 miles. That's cheap. That's cheap for a car. And you can spend the rest of your money that you done saved on mods, basically, or life, but mods are better. So I don't know, just the resale value of these cars, they drop in value so fast, and it's just, that's another thing. I don't know, man. And there's so many more things. Like, I could go on with the list, like the front end of the VK2. Don't even freaking get me started. I'm not even, I could make this list up to 20 or 30 things probably, but I just, like, I gotta say this one more time. I love my Genesis Coupe. I love all your Genesis Coupes. I follow as many people as I can on Instagram that own Genesis Coupes or Velociter turbos. All of you guys, thank you so much for the support that you guys have given me. I hit 1,000 subscribers the other day. I'm so freaking happy. I finally got to my goal that I've been trying to get to. Thank you guys that constantly tune in and give me love and support. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's really important to me. And don't forget to hit the like. And I really want you guys to comment and let me know what you think. Tell me one thing that you don't like about your Genesis Coupe if I didn't mention it, because that'll probably make me think like, dang, I should have mentioned that. You know, like I said, there's so many things that bug me about this car, but then there's so many things that make me passionate about it at the same time, you know. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope that you guys have a great day. Tune in for my next video. I'm gonna be making a video on, I believe, hold up, it's in my head. What is it? What am I doing? Oh my gosh. Oh, dude, I totally forget. I'm making another video today. It's coming out, and I'm gonna need like 3 minutes to think about what it was again. I had it all in my head and everything. Oh yeah, okay. All right. So I saw this video on YouTube, and he said why you should buy a 3.8 over a 2.0. I'm gonna do a video on why you should buy a 2.0 over a 3.8. 2.0 gang, don't even get me started, bro. Oh my gosh. All right, you guys have a great day. Thanks for tuning in.